So in this video, we're going to look at Newcastle's best number 9s since the start of the Premier League. Coming up. Hi, thanks for joining me on another video. Today, what I thought I'd do was look at Newcastle number 9s and rank them from 9th to 1st. Newcastle have had 9 number 9s since squad numbers were introduced. Okay, so let's get going. So starting with number 9, it's actually our current number 9, Joe Linton at the moment. Now, I'm not jumping on the lad here. Obviously, he cost a lot of money, but he's only scored 3 goals in 29 games. Part of that, in my opinion, is circumstance. I think Steve Bruce isn't helping him. I think he's a better player than what we've seen, but I think he's playing in a pretty poor team, and he just hasn't scored anywhere near as many goals as some of the other number 9s on this list. So Joe Linton at the moment is in 9th place. So looking at number 8, it's another player who currently still plays for us. He was our number 9. He went out on loan to West Brom last season and he doesn't wear that number anymore. So that is Dwight Gale. And Gale scored 29 in 71 appearances for Newcastle in the number 9 shirt, which is okay. The thing with obviously Gale is a lot of his goals came in the Championship. He's never really been able to do it in the Premier League, and so that's why out of this list of 9 he is in number 8. Number 7 is the man who replaced Alan Shearer, Obafemi Martins. He came in, he had a tough job, to be fair. Whoever followed Alan Shearer was going to have a tough job. He did okay. He scored 28 goals in 88 appearances for Newcastle, but he was part of a team that got relegated, and he was very hot and cold. Sometimes he could do amazing things, but he was ultimately quite a frustrating player to watch, and he never really quite delivered on what we thought he might be capable of doing. Okay, moving up to 6 now. I've got Rondon. Now, Rondon was obviously our number 9 last season. He scored 11 goals in 32 games, and I wish he still played for us, first of all. I think he was absolutely brilliant. And I think to score 11 goals in 32 games, so 1 in 3, with the team we had last season and the way that Rafa set us up is impressive, and he obviously scored some really crucial goals for us too. So Rondon sits in 6th place on this list. Okay, so in 5th place, I've got Andy Carroll. Now, Andy Carroll scored 31 goals for Newcastle in 80 appearances. However, only 11 of those goals were actually in the number 9 shirt. So as a number 9, he scored 11 goals in 20 games, which was a decent return. But unfortunately for Newcastle, or unfortunately for us fans, we were just all getting into really enjoying watching Andy Carroll do his thing. And then he got transferred to Liverpool because of his good form for £35 million, which was a shame. So we lost him. So he actually only played 20 games as the number 9 for Newcastle. So that kind of affected where Carroll went, really. Okay, up into 4th is Papacy. Now, when Cisse arrived, he was the most explosive and exciting player that we'd seen for quite a while, and I loved Papacy. Towards the end of his time at Newcastle, it kind of fizzled out. He wasn't really as exciting, but then he was playing in teams that weren't as great as that first team that he joined, which was of course the team that finished in 5th place under Alan Pardew. He did score 37 goals in 117 games for us, and some of those goals were just incredible. He was absolutely capable of producing any kind of goal. I mean, that goal that he scored against Chelsea was just absolutely unbelievable. In fact, both of those goals at Chelsea, the one that everyone remembers was amazing, but he also scored another absolute cracking goal, which would have been talked about on any other occasion much more highly. So he scored 2 amazing goals that night. Unbelievable. Great little player. Really like Papacy, which leaves us to the top 3. And really the jump now from 4th to 3rd and these top 3 players is just massive, in my opinion. In 3rd place, and this was really genuinely a tough decision for me to make, 3rd place I've put Ferdinand. I've put Les Ferdinand because, again, it comes down to the fact that actually he only played 1 season as number 9. If he'd have played both his seasons as number 9, he probably would have got into 2nd place. He did score 41 goals in 68 games for Newcastle. He partnered Shearer in his 2nd season. It was an absolute disgrace that we sold him for £6 million to Tottenham. So annoying. If Ferdinand and Shearer had been kept together, it could have, we could have done really much better. Their partnership that season, that 1 year they had together, was just incredible. And I love Ferdinand. He's one of my all-time favourite Newcastle players ever. He was the first player I ever got on the back, printed on the back of a Newcastle kit. And I just love the guy. I still love the guy now. Top bloke. Third in my list of top number 9s. Which leads me to the top 2. In second place, Andy Cole. Now, Andy Cole for Newcastle was just incredible. If you didn't get a chance to see him play for Newcastle, then you did miss out, because he was just awesome. He scored 55 goals in 70 games for Newcastle, and he scored 41 of those in one season. So he scored 41 goals in the first season back in the Premier League. He was unbelievable, and I absolutely loved him. I loved watching him growing up, and I used to even wear like cycling shorts. He used to wear cycling shorts under his shorts. I used to want to be him. He was awesome. I loved Andy Cole. The day he was sold to Man United, that was the first time in my life where, you know, you get that feeling when a player you love leaves, and like we've had it a bit over the years now, but Andy Cole was the first one of those for me. That was the first time I felt properly gutted that we'd sold a player. And in first place, that leaves, of course, Alan Shearer, absolute legend, 206 goals for Newcastle United, record goal scorer for the club, the best striker this club has ever had, the best striker the Premier League has ever seen, in my opinion. And just to put it into perspective with Shearer, he's the Premier League's record goal scorer with 260 goals. He missed 3 seasons. Which is just incredible. Just think how many goals he would have added to that. He'd probably been over 300 goals if he'd have played all those 3 seasons. But for Newcastle, 206 goals, he could do everything. There was nothing he couldn't do. He was just not just a great player and a great goal scorer, he was a great captain, and he was just someone you wanted on your team. And you know, we've never replaced him, but how do you replace someone like that? And just one other thing in Alan Shearer's defence, people say, you know, other strikers might be better than him. Thierry Henry is often cited as being someone who might be better and he won more. But what I would say to that is, Shearer scored a lot of his goals in average Newcastle teams. I know he played in some really good Newcastle teams as well, but he did have quite a few seasons where he played in really bad teams, and he still scored goals. It didn't matter what team you put him in. He scored goals, and he is just absolutely the best. There's no doubt about it. Alan Shearer, number 1. Now, what do you think? If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know. Comments below. If you like this video, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time for another video.